Okay, back. Take two. There's always some type of interference as I'm attempting to come on live. And, I just got to cha-cha karate chop down any of the influences, the negative things that are coming through, because I really can't be bothered anymore, giggling along with the whatever. I'm being of service, so I'm not going to sit there and have my energy drained or yelled at, if you will. Definitely being guided just to come on. Let's see. And pull some tarot readings, tarot cards. So we're doing past, present, and future. And the past energies that we just moved through are the 7 of coins in this golden tarot. We have the golden tarot here. However, it is the 7 of Pentacles. So if you know traditional tarot, you can kind of get a feel of. However, it is the anxiety, the instability. However, there's wise planning that we've just moved through in the past energies, and reward for your effort, which will flip into stability and a reflection type of energy we've just moved through. So, really coming back into the collective and talking about mirrors and this and that. So yeah, that's the past energy that we've just moved through. And sorry for the ones that were listening before and it just shut off. I just didn't want to project any of there's a lot of iconic big name divine masculine spiritual energies that had a lot to do with the group Ascension Diaries, and the group really, the Soul Tribe really has been coming back around. And it's interesting because I am all inclusive, like unconditional love, like allowing anyone, even ones that have projected the harshest blasphemy towards me, to come back around. It's very interesting to see how far we've come as divine masculine and feminines, but there's certain ones that just haven't leveled up. They haven't, moved into this maturity in spirit, if you will, or they're still playing on the same I am presences, which really bruise and gives birth to harsh spiritual ego. However, I do like to see, as we just pulled with the 7 of Pentacles, like to see the mirrors and reflections for divine masculine or feminine, just say, for the collective with these souls. I mean, I'm unconditionally loving and forgiving in every moment. That's probably a little bit of my downfall. However, the present energies we have, interestingly enough, it is the 5 of Pentacles. So it's all about keeping that momentum in the physical in regards to being of service and taking action on your soul purpose, soul mission. There is some change is on the horizon in the present energies with this 5 of Pentacles, and bringing opportunities, new venture and renewal. When me and Nick were in group session today, this is actually the card that came out, and it's coming out once again. Some of you all may be going through financial hardship and the stress over finances. Spiritual wealth in the form of compassion for others is really going to help you be that gift giver, even if you don't have anything to give. When it comes to material things, it's really about being of service and giving in the spiritual sense. So compassion, mercy, grace. Now for the future energies. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles and then the 5 of Pentacles for the past and the present. Now for the future, we do have the Temperance. I knew she was going to come up at some point. So we do have the Temperance here interested to see what this Golden Tarot is about. It opens straight on the page. So temperance is the last of the cardinal virtues illustrated in the trumps. She is a virtue that leads to balance, health, and harmony. This is a major arcana energy coming up in the future here for the twin flames, or the 144,000, that which I've been channeling for nearly 8 years now. She achieves her goal not by denying appetites and emotions, but by keeping them in check. So really keeping that focused awareness on the energies in motion and guiding them, with spirit, allowing them to go where they want to go. So moderation is the key. Temperance soothes the soul and eases the urge to rail at the unfairness of life. She is about to pour liquid from one ornate jug to another as she stands at the edge of this metaphoric the interior world of the psyche with the exterior physical world of appetite, the perfect state needed to achieve peace of mind. The style of the painting indicates that the figure was executed by an artist other than Bembo. So this is an Italian deck, which is quite interesting. And the same artist who is thought to have painted the strength in this deck. So this is about nurturing and health, self-control without denial, moderation, and balance in all things, really being that inner alchemist at this time. And you'll just want to be loved and give love in return. So, that synergy of giving and receiving is really coming through here for this card. And there could be conflicts of interest and disharmony when this card comes out in reverse, which it kind of came out sideways. So, really just acknowledging that energy is coming up. We do have the past, present, and future here. Acknowledging that temperance is coming up, a major shift, a major arcana for the collective, after all this work, grind, even boundness in the physical reality. There's been somewhat of an archetype of, the Gnostic view of being stuck in physicality and the soul's really being bound to the flesh and not really receiving the light from the higher spectrum. So, it is in prayer and open reception that something will shift. Like, just keep praying until something shifts. Keep meditating, keep clearing, keep receiving. Remember to flip it from clearing to receiving and breathing in the energies through your center points, through your spheres, through your chakras, however you view it. Really being guided to shift this energy by moving into reception, because you'll have forgotten, how to receive even through your skin. Like, the soul really sits on the outer skirts of the skin. However, it's been kind of pushed back in and bound to the physicality, bound to the body. And that's quite painful because you forget you are disconnected from the divine, and there's just no light, there's no higher heart activation, there's no bliss, and it's really just quite mundane, depressive, lower vibrationally boring, if you will, when you're bound to these physicalities. Something that Chris, really was pointing at then throughout the whole spiritual ego. However, there is this projection that we have been receiving from, spiritual warfare, from attacks from other beings, from emotions, from thought forms. Like, there is a projection, there is a lot of sharp energies that have really interfered within our auric field and our biofield, if you will. So, saging, intending, visualizing this protective white light, or the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, whatever resonates for you, that's really beneficial, because there's so much shit, there's so much debris. And, I stated that we're not very receptive, but overall in the majority we're more receptive than the rest, because we really dissolved our ego. We dissolved that outer shell, that outer layer, and that's really affected us in regards to receiving everything and anything. So what are you receiving? You can even put a shield around you so that you only receive the light, and there's like a net and it picks up anything that isn't beneficial for you to receive. So let's have a look what wants to come through. Pleading the blood obviously really helps as well. And a lot of the time it's like, you don't think it's working, you don't think that it's doing anything or it's even beneficial. However, just keep, intending and visualizing, like mind over matter. Our thoughts create reality. And, even anything in your room, like you've thought of it before you manifested it. Yeah, you're receiving a lot of projections from good old Chris right now, Katie. So just be in awareness of that. So the Gnostics' religious beliefs, including the convoluted, arrangement of spiritual beings, and there's this claim that some people are gifted with special and secret knowledge. It's not really about judgment in comparison in regards to who, what, where, or why. I don't know. He's put us in a group together, Katie. He's put us in a group together on Facebook. It's a thing, and he says something. He's just carrying on. Same old spiritual ego. The Apocrypha of John claims to be written by the Apostle John. And, this is a book or a record of secret revelations given to John by Yahusha. And in it, the writer gives a dramatic, detailed account of what happened behind the scenes of creation, the fall of man, and the ministry of the disciples when with Yahusha, and the work is sometimes referred to as the secret book of John. So, there's an archetype of the Gnostic view, the Gnostic texts, and even Pistis Sophia or the Apocrypha of John. These types of things have been coming through client readings just in regards to viewing the spiritual warfare and viewing the archons within the eons, etc. And it's all about the masculine and the feminine, which here is seen as the All-Father and Barbelo, the first two, who works with the monad to create such beings of mind and light. And the light, according to the Gnostic text, is Christ. And that consciousness, that level of consciousness that one receives from the light, that's really just generally where I would guide you, is to receive the light. Anytime you felt really happy or you felt that the light really was coming through, just tap back into that moment, into that memory, into that time space, and recognize, acknowledge, and remember that light, and start receiving it again. Just be in that vibration of receiving it again. Start breathing it in. Forget about all the stories. Just start receiving. Remember that light and start receiving that light again. However, there is this view of the ego viewed as Yaldabaoth, if you will, the creation that Sophia created without a masculine counterpart. And you can really see the reflections in regards to how feminines along the twin flame journey, attempt to create the spiritual life without their masculine counterpart, like in separation, and how it always falls, if you will, into like nothingness. It doesn't necessarily manifest, therefore leaving you in a deeper state of separation. You can see this reflection within the story. However, it does represent the psyche of human, if you will, and the egoic parts of chaos and the inner darkness, and really integrating it and not viewing it as a threat or anything within yourself as a threat, because you're gifted free will, you're gifted a mind, and it's really just about observing it and integrating it as best as you can, and acknowledging acknowledging the separation from divinity that chaos has, but then also acknowledging how it's a part of upheaval, or how it's a part of your inner alchemy, your inner integration of, the deeper into the dark. What was Nicholas's song lyrics recently? Like, the deeper into the dark I go, the more light I know. And I haven't uploaded that Ascension Diaries yet, but just moving deeper into the darkness, not trying to get rid of it or even clear it as much as we have been doing, just integrating it. Because within that darkness, really, once you accept it, receive it without judgment, then there will be a acknowledgement of how it was a blessing, like a blessing in disguise, and then therefore you start to receive the light, if you will. So, it's really about the nature of rulers, or the rulers of the ego mind. So, like, you could see them even as the 7 deadly sins, like, just say greed, lust, this and that, and, accepting certain comparisons even that you may have throughout the spiritual journey, but also the equal and opposite vibrations of these sins, or these self-identity narratives, or these negative experiences that one has. There's a lot of integration, and it really, you could just be on a clearing pathway for existence and just keep clearing because you're picking up the collective. However, once you start to integrate and research inner alchemy, you really can turn this, like lead into gold. You can really turn this darkness into light. So let's just have a look. There is like huge shifts coming for the collective. What are we at? The 5th of the 11th. Yeah, so inner alchemy, it really helps you all understand yourselves. It's the purification of our bodies so that it can hold more of this universal energy supporting life. Inner alchemy provides us the means to better understand ourselves, the universe we live in, and our purpose here in life. So there is an energetic refinement going on. And, we've been speaking about 5th dimensional consciousness, or 5th dimensional like activation. It's not necessarily about looking at different dimensions. It's more so just about your personal journey and like where you're at. How are you feeling? Are you feeling satisfied in life? Are you feeling dissatisfied? Are you content? Are you discontent? And really shifting your observation of these things around to delve deeper into, some hidden symbolism that is going on within you. There's much conversation for you all to have with divinity, and you can always communicate. You can just like take that moment and communicate to the divine. Just for the ones that tuned in, we did have past, present, and future. The past was the 7 of Pentacles. So, all about taking those steps and moving deeper into your soul mission, your soul purpose, gifting, spiritually, compassion to others if you don't have, money to gift to others. But this one really is about, present time, the 144,000 coming together and like gifting each other, whatever that is. And then there's a major arcana coming up in the future space, which is the Temperance card. So, a lot of inner alchemy. It's all about, refining, that purification of refinement that is going on within, and seeing how everything is in flow, nurturing and health, self-control without denial, moderation and balance in all things. In the opposite side to that coming up, there is some conflicts of interest and disharmony. You really want to jump on the higher wave by acknowledging and doing the inner work. Like, it is about, I wouldn't really call it shadow work. I'd call it inner alchemy at this time, and being grateful for the things that you do have rather than looking at the things that you don't have. And by tapping into your spiritual journey, into your soul mission, and taking action on where divinity is guiding you, because divinity really is continuously guiding you. We just don't take those steps, we don't take that action. So I might hop off there just because I've read the past, present, and future reads. There's some things going on in group, and I really am being guided to tend to them and get some dinner and stuff like that. However, if you haven't already checked out my Indigo Moon page or Facebook, I will be on Facebook and maybe even TikTok a little bit later on, going live. So if you'd like to reach out or join the Zoom sessions that we've been doing, some of them are recorded, some are not. But the ones that are recorded, if you ever join the group and they're being recorded, just know that they probably will be put up on the YouTube channel. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the other side.